campers. I want to have a little chit chat with you guys about connections. You know, that moment when people meet someone and they feel we have a connection, we have an understanding, we have almost this unspoken bond, this soul bond. I must have known this person, like we hit it off, we understand each other. It's like this person sees into my soul, sees into me, understands me like no one else, right? And people jump into conclusions and assumptions that this means that this person is a true soul connection, which is a soulmate, or as well a twin soul. We're going to focus on soulmates because twin souls are very extremely rare connections that not even a fraction of percent of people go through and have. And it's a very specific sort of a journey of two people that chose a life of service and a path of Christ consciousness. It's a whole different story. We're not going to go into that. You can always check my channel to learn more about that, because I am a divine love reader and I specialize in soul connections and karmic contracts. But what I want to talk to you guys today is that when we feel that way, people jump into immediate conclusions that this is my soulmate, right? This is my soulmate. And here's the thing, and here's what I want you to know and remember. And if you choose to accept that truth, it will help you to grow in life immensely, and it will help you to learn lessons in life, and it will expand your consciousness. That feeling that we feel, that uncanny bond, connection, we know each other from somewhere, we understand each other, it doesn't necessarily mean that someone is your true soul connection, is your true soulmate, right? So I'm going to give you a few examples why it can happen, and it's always related with a karmic contract. Karmic contract, soul contract it's an incredibly powerful thing. Energetically, it's an incredibly powerful thing. Our soul's life is based on the karmic contracts and the soul contracts that we have. We come here to close those contracts, to complete those contracts, to learn from these contracts, right? And all our soul wants is to grow and expand. Our ego forgets, our avatar forgets, but all our soul wants is to grow and expand. So when it happens that we feel that connection, it means that we have a soul contract with someone. But a soul contract doesn't mean that we're soulmates, okay? Soul contract between two souls has the capacity to pull you in through exactly that. Passion that is born inside of you, magnetic pull that you want to be around someone, that you want to spend time around someone, that you want to engage in a relationship with someone because this person understands you. But here's the thing, your soul recognizes this person immediately because of that soul contract. It's like the soul sees and it's like ding, 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 we have a contract to complete, right? So a soul sends a signal to you. And I always say this to you guys, how a soul communicates through us is passion. Passion is our compass where we need to go, right? So soul sends you passion. Be passionate, love, like, be curious. You want to be with this person. But your poor little ego, right, that is bound by shadows, by illusions, by confusion, by lack of remembrance, by matrix, by conditioning, you can only decipher this passion as I have passion for this person in a romantical kind of sense. And sometimes it will be a romantical relationship, right? But you immediately think love. But what soul really wanted is to learn a lesson, is to maybe pay karmic debt with this person, right? So you feel that passion, that uncanny pull, like they understand me like no one else. It is a frequency that is created for you to get pulled by your contracts. The more we grow, the more we expand, the more we stand in the side of light, the more we can communicate with our authentic self and with our soul. We no longer have to learn through relationships. We no longer have to learn through contracts. We start to learn on the level of selves because we become the alchemists of everything within us, from emotions, joy, fulfillment, love, to growth and lessons, right? So when you are being pulled to someone And I'm going to give you the best proof. How many people do you know, if not yourself included, who entered relationships saying, I love this person, it's the love of all my lives, and we have this uncanny bond and connection, I love them, I only have eyes for them, and then within a few years, I hate them, I cannot believe I was with this person. Right? Because when we learn the lesson, the contract dissolves. This is why I always say to you guys that in true soul connection, soul to soul, soulmate, higher soulmate, twin soul, passion never fades away. Because the passion is created from one soul to another, not through a karmic contract, right? So just keep that in mind. And I especially teach you and educate you guys that when we really are not yet there to be 100% sure, if you want to help yourself to understand, don't jump into things too soon. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't jump into intimacy within first weeks or even months, I tell you guys. I say weeks because I know that you guys are not going to listen, right? But truly what I would advise to you are long months, 4 to 6 months. Explore romantic friendships, explore that sort of a Romeo and Juliet kind of love. See if there's a foundation. Don't jump into intimacy. Don't jump into saying we're already in a relationship, we're partners, we're girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, right? Don't go from a 0 to 100. Allow yourself to transition and enter slowly this person into your life, because intimacy creates incredible energetic cords, incredibly strong energetic cord and bonds that changes the energy of our own body. It connect because we subconsciously connect to this other person through that cord, to all their traumas, all their experiences. So we become them. And if we're not aware of that, if we don't have this self-awareness and mindfulness of ourselves, the energy that they send to us through intimacy, they start to blend. So we feel them. It's like we feel them, right? We feel more, and that bond, it grows stronger, but it's only an illusion. It remains an illusion. Right? So if you really believe that someone is your soulmate or your true soul connection, give it time. Explore that romantic friendship and see where things go. Because usually with time, if you give it like 6 months of, talking to this person every day, seeing them, holding their hand and introducing yourself to their energy, talking about your childhoods, your dreams, you're going to allow yourself to just see them for who they are without interfering with the energy of your body, and really reading into that contract a little bit better. And one more example that I want to mention to you, that oftentimes, unfortunately, people feel that this is a connection because it's a soul contract. Right? Outside that pull, that magnetic pull, can either be a true soul connection or a soul contract. Cords that we have between each other. So when we have a soul contract with someone, that contract is usually both ways. We want to learn something from each other, right? Many people don't learn, they move on more traumatized, but if you want to learn, you will learn. If you really know how to learn, you will learn. But there's one type of contract that is very particular for people who are the teachers, right? Whether that's spiritual teachers like myself, or people who are actual teachers, mentors, leaders, people who inspire, people whose life's path is linked to change lives of others, to change their opinions, to heal them, to help them, right? We have one-way contract with all these souls. We have one-way golden cord that goes from our heart to yours. This is why I always say to you guys that that's how you know who's your healer, because you're pulled into the energy of this person. It gives this like we have a connection, this person understands me. It gives also this vibe of like an older sister, or I want to be like you when I grew up, like this a bit of a crush, like whether it's an actual crush or girl crush, like I like you, like I like the way you dress, the way you speak, I like your voice, I like who you are, I like your humor, because you're pulled into, in this case for example, you're pulled into my energy because we have a cord that is one way from my heart to yours, and a contract that I am open to help you, to lead you, to help you heal, and to help you grow in this lifetime, right? And unfortunately, when that happens, sometimes in those kind of relationship, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be spiritual teacher. It can be an actual teacher. It can be someone older who's meant to help you grow and help you become wiser. is an expert, is that teacher in a specific field, you feel that pull, you feel that connection, you feel that chord, and you confuse it with crush, with love, with attraction, with feelings, right? And it's understandable. Again, it's when we sit in our ego, and most people do. And don't get me wrong, because people misunderstand when I say ego. I don't mean like egoistic evil. I mean, this is ego. I am my body, my avatar, my physical part of me in this lifetime. This is the ego. And then there's the soul, the eternal element, the sovereign being of light that controls this ego, right? But it takes a strength and learnings of a soul to be able to take reins. Most people are submitted to the will of the ego, of the physical body, right? So you're going to feel like this person understands you, because we do. If we are truly spiritual teachers, we can have that kind of create that kind of effect on many, that you're going to feel like, you have that crush, or we're like best friends. And again, don't get me wrong, sometimes we do have it's a deeper sort of a contract. And with many people that we have on sessions, or they're our friends, and we heal them, we talk to them, right? They become our friends, they become part of our lives. And once you heal and we become sort of equals, you release your shadows, we can continue relationships, sometimes being best buddies and best friends. Once your journey has ended, and sometimes it happens that way, but that pull that you feel, that sort of a emotional pull that you feel, it can also be created by that cord. So remember, it can be a soul bond, soulmate bond, but in most cases, it is a soul contract that we're meant to complete. So keep that in mind. Keep an open mind. Take things slow. Voice what you feel with another person. That also helps, because their soul is going to feel something and it's going to react. So voice, talk about it, think about it, contemplate. And sometimes, entering this relationship thinking that it's a soulmate, it's part of a lesson, and it's absolutely okay. Sometimes that confusion, it's absolutely okay. But part of my mission is to help you guys to grow, to expand, to learn faster, to learn better, to conquer this journey of life a little bit better. So whenever you feel that, keep everything that I said in mind and proceed with caution. Slow and steady wins the race.